Good day everyone. Today we're going to see how to make question papers out of Google Forms. Stick along throughout the video to grab a few notes and details that will help you make a question paper without any struggles. And here's how we're going to make our own question paper. Open Google Chrome tab and type in the link forms.google.com. Now, as you type in the link, it's going to directly lead you to the homepage of Google Forms. Now, as you get into the homepage, you will find a plus icon that says blank. Tapping on this plus icon, it's going to take you to a new form where you can change this form into a question paper as required. Now, before we turn this Google form into a question paper, there are a few necessary details that must be considered. Because without these details, this question paper is going to do no good to any of us. So what we're going to do right now is tap on the settings icon that is available on the top right corner of your screen. Now, we're going to check a few boxes here. So the first box that we're going to check is limit to one response. Now, as you can see, I'm moving to the quizzes, and now I'm going to turn on make this a quiz, and I'm going to check on the later after manual review option, and I'm going to check all the boxes, all the last three boxes. And after this process, it's very important to save these options that we've selected right now. So we're going to save them, and we'll move on further. Now, like any other question paper, I'm going to give this form a title called Internals 1. Now, how am I going to do so? I'm going to simply tap on the untitled form, and I'm going to type in Internals 1. And right below this field, there is an option called this form description. I'm going to tap on form description, and I'm going to type the marks and the duration of this test. Now, we're going to provide extra fields that allow students to type in their student details, which includes name, class, section, registration number. Now, I'm going to simply tap on Untitled Question and edit it as the name of the student. And now, as you can see, beside the name of the student, there is an option called as multiple choice. What I'm going to do right now is tap on multiple choice and change it into short answer. After doing so, I'm going to change this into a required field that you can see in the bottom panel. And now, instead of making an entire new field, I'm simply going to duplicate the previous field and edit the name of the student as the registration number. While we're doing the registration number field, I'm going to provide the response validation check so that the student provides the right ID. And I'm also going to provide a pop-up message that says wrong entry, just in case the child has given a wrong ID, so that the child can go back and re-enter the proper roll number or registration number. And now, by simply tapping on the last icon of the column which says section, I'm going to create a new section and name it as Part A. And now in the form description, I'm going to edit it as MCQs and fill-ups, and I'm also going to assign marks of 10 for this section. And now, to type in the questions, we're going to use the same procedure, which is tapping on the plus icon. And now I'm going to tap on the untitled question and edit it as the shape of a galaxy. Now, this is a very straightforward question, which only requires a single word, which is the shape of the galaxy. Now, I'm going to set it as a short answer question. Now, coming back to providing the answer key. Now, by simply tapping on the blue bold letters of answer key, you can see that I am able to provide the right answer. And now I can simply assign the number of marks for this question, and I've decided to give 2 marks for this question. And now we move on to the next question. And I think it's much more advisable to just duplicate this field instead of creating a new one over and over again. And now the next question is going to be a multiple choice question where you can just opt for multiple choice option and continue just like the previous question by typing in the question and typing in the options by clicking on the option 1, 2 and so forth. And now the same process follows by tapping on the answer key, provide the right answer, assign the marks, and move on to the next question. Now here's a little trick for teachers and lecturers who are trying to set papers based on other languages like Kannada or Hindi. Now the trick is to just simply open a new tab on Chrome and type in Google Typing with the respective language you're searching for. Right now I'm searching for Kannada. So what I'm going to do right now is type in Google Typing Kannada. Now as you can see, there is a blank space for me to type. Now I am going to type in quartz crystal. And what does this site do? It literally translates English to Kannada. I'm going to simply copy these words and paste it in my form. The question that we're trying to set right now is pretty much similar to what we just said earlier, which is choosing the right answer among the rest of the options. Now, instead of giving an option called multiple choice, we're going to explore a new option called as drop down. Now, drop down does nothing but just functions like MCQ, but in a different way, a way of its own. That is all. And now we're going to discover a new option called as checkboxes. Now what does checkboxes really do? They do nothing much when compared to multiple choice and drop down. They have the similar functionality, but the only big difference is that checkboxes allows me to pick more than 2 options for one question. Right now I have provided 4 options where I have provided 2 right answers. So here's how it's going to go. We're going to repeat the same procedure that we did earlier and make another new section called Part B, which comprises of short and long answers. And now we're going to discover a new option called as import questions. Now what exactly happens in an import question is that we will be extracting a question or a section or an entire form and paste it in the particular form that we're working right now in. And this is how we're going to do it. Now there are a few options that are very interesting to add in a question paper, and these options are add image and add video. Now you can add image either through your desktop files or by Google search or through a URL or through Google Photos or Drive. Now there are plenty of options from where you can import your pictures from. Now right now I have an image on my desktop and I will be importing my image from my desktop to this tab, and I'll show you how. Now, as you can see, there is an option called as response, which is right beside the questions. Now, as we have an option here to create a spreadsheet. Now, what happens when we create a spreadsheet is that the student details, the questions attended, the marks obtained, the duration of the test taken by the student, all of these data are going to be contained in this spreadsheet, which is going to be very useful. So what we're doing right now is tap on the green icon, tap on create a new spreadsheet. Now we'll give a title to the spreadsheet. Let's say class XXX, section YYY, and create. Now, as you notice, there are 3 vertical dots beside the send button, which is on the right corner, top corner of the screen. Now, as you tap on these 3 vertical dots, it can lead you to an option called Add-ons. Now, these add-ons are nothing but a Play Store looking like tabs. Now, when you go on to these add-ons, it will lead you to an option where you can download few apps that can help you to maintain time, date, and other things. Now, we are specifically looking for an app that's called as Form Presenter. And now, as you can see, we have found the right app. All you have to do is tap on the app and it will lead you to further instructions regarding the downloading of the app. You can just follow the way I'm doing it right now. Now, after the process of installation, all you can do is simply tap on the puzzle icon that is available on the top right corner of your screen, which is along with the settings and send option. Now, as you tap on the puzzle icon, it shows the apps that I've just installed. And now that we've just installed Form Presenter, I'm going to tap on it and it's going to lead me to a pop-up that only says help. Now, this is not what we want. We need an option called as setup or configure. Now, I don't see the option. What do? I simply close the tab. Nothing's going to happen to the question paper that I've just done because all of these are going to be auto-saved in my Google Drive. So there is nothing to be worried about. I'm going to simply close the tab, reopen a Chrome tab, go to my Google Drive, and the first thing that is available is my question paper. Now we're all sorted. Now I've opened a new tab on Chrome. I've opened my Drive, and now as you can see, the first option is the question paper that I just closed a few minutes ago. Now all the questions and all the details that I've just changed are going to be auto-saved. And now as you can see, we're going to repeat the same procedure of going to Addons, go to Form Presenter, and now choose the Setup option. Now when I tap on Setup option, it takes me to a Form Presenter tab. It has got a few details of my question paper, such as the title. Now I'm going to change my title as Internals 1 Physics. And now as I scroll down, you can notice something called as time control. Now in Always, I've set a time of 30 minutes since I gave the duration as 30 minutes. Now whereas in specific time, I can assign the date and the time for the test to start as well as end. Now you can choose preferably whatever is comfortable for you as well as the students. And I'm going to assign the alert message 5 minutes prior for the test to end. And now I'm going to publish the form and I will copy the link to clipboard. And now what I'm going to do is send it through my WhatsApp group. And now this is how it looks like when the student opens the link that I just sent. Now as you can see, there is timer ticking and there is total time, the test started, the time that is running right now. All these little details are being provided by the Form Presenter. And as you can see, the following questions, the pictures, this is how the paper is going to look like. And after the submission of the test done by student, I get a response pop-up saying one student has submitted the form. And when I go check the response, I can see everything the student has typed, the right answers, wrong answers, and all of it. And what I'm going to do right now is to compute all of this data. We're going to do the same thing. Go to the spreadsheet icon. Now when I go there, all of this data is already recorded. Now either you can come back, take a printout of this answer script if necessary, or just evaluate it through your phones or laptops. And now when it comes to making question papers on your cell phones, it's the same procedure. It follows no big difference than what I've just shown right now in my desktop. And now that we've come to an end of our presentation, I thank all of you for your valuable time. I really hope I've been helpful enough for all of you. Thank you again.